I pushed ready to go live. Yes, go live.
We are
Oh,
live.
oh,
Yep.
we are live.
Yes, we are.
Welcome, everyone. It's another Facebook Live on this great and sunny Friday in Georgia. It is Dr. Nelva Bryant, and she is the CEO and founder of When Pets Fly. She is also the only veterinarian that works for an airline in the airline industry, as she is a veterinarian who counsels Delta Airlines. Dr. Bryant, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Hi, everyone. As Greta said, my name is Dr. Nelva Bryant. I am a veterinarian, and I'm really, honestly, I'm blessed to work for an airline agency. I'm blessed to work with Delta Airlines. I've been with them since 2018, and you might wonder, why would an airline want a veterinarian on staff? Well, you've got animals being transported, so you really actually should have a veterinarian on staff to help review and revise the policies for animal transportation. So that's what I'm with Delta, and that's what I do. Aside from that, I've developed When Pets Fly because I saw there was a need for pet owners to be educated on how to prepare their pets for air travel. And that could be for in-cabin or going by cargo. But I saw that there was a big need for that. And yes, information is out there, but I don't believe it's really pet-centered. So what I feel I provide is more of a pet-centric travel tips to help you get ready, help your pet get ready for air travel. So that's what I do. That's what I feel strongly and passionate about.
Fantastic. Now, we've been, just to let people know, we've been doing Facebook Lives for a little bit over 6 months now. But even though you work for Delta Airlines, there's so many things since we've been doing this that I've learned that really touches pet travel. And even though on the primarily as a pet parent that I am, I was thinking that we were just going to talk from the focus of pet parents traveling, but also we've been teaching everyone about zoos and their transportations, as well as any other way or reason that transportation is needed for any animals. Mm-hmm. And that's in cargo as well as in cabin. And for both of those, you touch both areas. Am I correct?
Definitely. I really think the reason why I brought in a good colleague that works with, that was actually, Rochelle was a zoo curator, or zoo registrar, I believe. Brought her in because there's a lot of similarities on preparing animals for air travel. You'd be amazed, zoos, the extent they have to go through to prepare, say, elephants being transported to different locations. And the quickest route, of course, is going by cargo. So, but there's a lot of effort that goes into preparing, say, your elephant, but those same steps are also utilized to prepare your personal pets for air travel too. Of course, you wouldn't have an elephant in cabin, but either way, going by cargo, or even for your pets, cargo or in cabin, there's steps you should take to prepare your pets and everything. So sharing that. Another thing that we did, and I think that sets us apart from a lot of folks, is that we've also had a lot of discussions on service animals, and just basically the service animal pass that Sheila Golf from AKC recommended, a method to almost like what is it like? Using this pass almost like your TSA, what's it called?
It's the TSA pre-check pass.
Like the pre-check pass. Using your service animal pass with your dog, traveling with your service dog, is a way to use that. And you don't have to go through all the cumbersome questions regarding explaining why you have a service animal or what have you. It keeps confidentiality with that service person. The person needs a service animal and their pet. So, and it also validates that your dog is truly a service dog too. So we have discussions on that. We had, other folks about service animals. Robin will be excited to hear that we actually had someone on here that trains service dogs for veterans too. So we do a lot of different things here on the program with Facebook Live. My goal, honestly, is to kind of introduce all the different stakeholders within the animal transportation industry. That's what I do.
Absolutely. And you've been doing a great job.
Oh.
Now, with American Humane, I'm so excited to bring them onto the program because, you know, they are, I believe, the oldest organization in the country that has been championing for animals. And I actually learned about them first because I'm a huge Betty White fan. And I learned that she had a connection to them. So that was like, that's how American Humane came up on my radar. And I know there's a lot of people who, just like myself, is a huge Betty White fan and was crushed when she died and everything. So I'd love to, ask Robin if, you guys are doing anything to, honor her legacy. And, even though I know she was connected, I don't even know the full nitty gritty of what she did besides bringing awareness to the organization. And I think this will be a great opportunity for people to learn about American Humane. Because there's so many rescues and charities and stuff like that, but it's always good to have them on or just be able to reintroduce themselves to people. So I'm looking forward to talking to them.
Well,
and I'd like to just point out real quick that our very own Dr. Nelva Bryant is a board member with them. So that's very exciting too.
Yes, I'm very pleased and honored to be asked to be on the governing board for American Humane. Honestly, I'm so excited about all the different programs that they have. I keep saying, what can I do? What can I do? And I know they're saying that definitely they can use my assistance. But honestly, of all the you could say organizations that potentially have reached out to me, this is like one of the top ones. Is like, wow, this is a wonderful opportunity, and I'm very thankful and feel blessed to be on the board. So, and again,
that's great.
So that's our major link in here today, folks. You wonder like, how the heck all this happened? This is all, again, blessings from God. A lot of blessings that's been coming my way. But one of the top things is being asked to be on this governing board. So today, definitely want to introduce Robin. And I definitely want her to share everything about American Humane because it's not like a lot of you could say humane organizations are only just in a sense one thing that they do. They rescue pets. Gosh, American Humane does so much more, and I'm so excited. Like I said, to be a part of it. And again, I'm gonna let Robin share it because Robin, I love how she speaks. She's a wonderful person.
And I know the other way that a lot of people know about American Humane is through the Hero Dog Awards. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how, like, everybody has their different connections, but a good friend of mine, she actually, I think in one of the first years, she was, her company, Throwaway Dogs, they actually take rescued dogs and not your typical bred to be working dogs, but train them to be police dogs, to work as arson dogs. She's also trained a few to be military dogs. She's got a fantastic organization, but she had taken a pit bull and trained it to be a arson dog. And I believe either that one or one of her other ones, she submitted for the American Humane Hero Dog Awards. And that's how another way I learned who they were. And that annual program that they have is just amazing. And I can't wait to learn more about that.
I was truly honored this past year in 2022 to attend the Hero Dogs Awards, and I was just blown away. It was a wonderful gala event. I'm just amazed of just basically I saw the tail end of it all of it coming together in a sense, but I'm sure a lot of work went into it as far as the nominations, and it was just amazing to see as far as the different categories, and then they ultimately find the top dog. It blows me away. It reminded me of, like I always say, how do you God, what's your term? How do you, what's the word? How do you, I'm sorry, folks, I'm going to blame part. The term, when you, how do you get the award for something like this for all these different categories? How do you find
the nominations?
Yes. After all of the nominations, I'm sorry, brain fart. Out of all the different nominations, all the different categories, how do you come up with the top dog? It's so hard to decide. So I was just blown away. It was a great event. I was kind of, I'll be honest, I was my little shy self at the time because I was just blown away. I was just in awe of the entire event. It was wonderful. If anyone is in the area for for 2023s, I'm sure it's going to be just as outstanding. So I'm excited to actually, and yes, I am attending that one, and I can't wait. It's going to be just as exciting.
Fantastic. Well, we are getting ready. I'm getting ready to pull on Ms. Robin Ganzert, who is the president and CEO of the American Humane. So let me bring her onto our stream. Okay, push the button now. Everybody, there we go. There we go. Everybody's used to my computer being a little bit on the slower side, so I apologize. But welcome, Robin. Welcome. Now, Dr. Bryant, you got to push the button for the clap.
No, it doesn't. No, it's not good. We're just gonna clap. I'm so happy you're here.
Okay. Hi, Robin. How are you?
I am great. Greta, Nelva, so great to be with you both today. This is wonderful to come and talk about my favorite subject, animals that we love. But I wanted to stop and say, Dr. Nelva Bryant is one of America's top veterinarians. Her skill set is amazing. Her talents, her career is stunning. We're so honored at American Humane to have her on our governing board of directors. It's our privilege and pleasure to have her leadership engaged with America's oldest national humane organization. So Dr. Bryant, thank you for all you do for the animals we so love.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You know what, Dr. Bryant, I'm going to order a clap button so that I can push it. But in the meantime, we're all giving you a round of applause.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, Robin, we're so excited to have you here. Thank you for joining us. I know as a president and CEO, you are very, very busy. And if I can just share real quickly, I know you're joining us from Cairo. So thank you for fitting us into your schedule. So everyone, and let me introduce you.
Cairo, Egypt. So if I lose you, I will clear. But it is a little far away.
Yes.
So I'm truly thankful for you taking that time with us. But I will read your bio to everyone so that they can get to know you as well. Dr. Robin Ganzert serves as president and CEO of American Humane, the country's first national humane organization and the first to serve animals whenever and wherever they are in need of rescue, shelter, or protection. She is the executive producer of the full-length award-winning documentary Escape from Extinction, narrated by Helen Mirren, and executive producer of the annual American Humane Hero Dog Awards, which aired for 10 years on the Hallmark Channel, and this year will be on A&E and FYI Network. She is the author of The Humane Table, Cooking with Compassion, Mission Metamorphosis, and Animal Stars. Dr. Ganzert serves on the board of Laurel Park Foundation. I hope I said that correctly. Is it Park?
You did. Yes, Laurel Park.
Okay. The Lois Pope Life Foundation, and is a member of the Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce trustee program. She is also a member of the Explorers Club, the International Women's Forum, and the Forbes Nonprofit Council. She has been awarded the prestigious Gorilla Prize by world-renowned zoological organization Laurel Park for her efforts in conservation. Everyone, please help us welcome Dr. Ms Ganzert. Yay!
Thank you all so much. It's my privilege to be here with you, and I'm actually looking at the sunset over the Nile River, and I couldn't imagine a more magical place to talk about animals. You know, I think it's really incredible to share our love for animals together. But again, Dr. Bryant, it truly is our privilege and pleasure at American Humane to count you among our leadership and on our governing board. So thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you. No.
Greta, I know you're a Betty White fan. You want a Betty White story? Okay.
I would love that.
A little, you know, Betty White was a friend of American Humane. And she was a friend of ours at American Humane. She was our longest donor for 75 years of her 99 years on life. She was a governing board member, just like Dr. Bryant is now.
Mm-hmm.
So Betty White was a governing board member. And for those of you that don't know much about American Humane, we're our country's oldest national humane organization. Very first rescue program in our country, founded on the battlefields of World War I, when we went to rescue cavalry forces. Yes, that was amazing. First farm animal certification program. So if you enjoy a cage-free egg, most of those are certified by American Humane. So we believe like a humane table is possible. If you watch a movie, which Betty White sure did, you know us through our No Animals Were Harmed program, which is on movie sets around the globe, television sets. And Betty, of course, fell in love with us because she loved the animal stars that she worked with when she was in Hollywood. And of course, that program's been around since 1940. So if you turn on a movie tonight and has an animal in it, well, American Humane's on that set, protecting that animal star. And of course, you know us through our conservation work, our work for service dogs for wounded warriors, our rescue work that carried us around the world, which Betty really loved, and our Hero Dog Awards. So there's a lot of programs that we do, service dogs for wounded warriors, and Betty loved them all. So when I was actually having the opportunity to visit with Betty, which was quite a lot, I was very, very fortunate to visit with her. She would always want to talk about a specific animal. I'd show her photos from my rescue work, show her photos from my conservation work, bring her the photos, print them out. She always loved them printed in photo books, and she would look in the eyes of that animal. And one animal that I rescued in Fukushima after that terrible disaster, which you remember was in 2012 in Japan, she looked in that one dog's eyes and says, "I want to know what that dog was thinking when he saw you." And it was really powerful to think about those things. She loved animals so much. And she certainly loved American Humane, but her love for animals was legendary. And later in her life, in those last few years before COVID, I had a dinner with her, and she was very upset. Someone on the media had made fun of her love of animals, and she was upset over that, you know, in an interview. And she said, "Can you believe that?" He says, "I'm getting old and tired." And I said, "Don't. We need you, Betty. You're on the front lines. Your love for animals is legendary. You've been fighting to be the voice." And I'll tell you, that's when she grabbed my arm that night, my hand, and she said, "Robin, I have to hand over the heavy mantle of responsibility for animal welfare to you." And I thought, oh my Lord, it still brings me tears. It still gives me goosebumps. But everyone who knew Betty, by watching her through television on screen, to knowing her in person, she was the same person you saw. A wicked sense of humor, incredibly fun, always professional. But she always said she only worked so she could give to the animals. And that's the kind of person Betty White was. And we're so blessed that we were her first and longest charity that she was involved with. Very proud of that.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with me and all of the Betty White fans. I'm sitting here tearing up listening to you, and I'm glad that she felt confident and very proud to pass on her work and her legacy to you, to champion what she has dedicated her life to. So thank you for that.
Well, Oh, it's my privilege. And I get up every morning and I think about that, especially when I'm tired. You know, what would Betty do? She'd get up and she'd keep going, you know, and when you have a tough day, you just remember those things because people often think, oh, working with animals, how fun, how wonderful. And let me tell you, it really
It's a
is.
job.
It's the best ever.
It
But
is.
people also don't realize too that that means you're on call 24/7. You don't have a traditional vacation because the animals need you. I'm on call all the time, and because we're working in 40 countries this very day, on so many continents. So it's not as if we can live within an East Coast time zone, 9 to 5. We don't live that way at American Humane. Our global work is also growing and continuing, and all in so much outreach effort. So the bottom line is it is tough work, but truly it's the best work that I think anyone could ever do.
Yeah.
Very rewarding. Yes.
Anything you do from your heart is always worthwhile. So. Well, I'm so happy also. I was mentioning that you brought our dear friend, Dr. Bryant, into your world. And that is very exciting for me as well, that she will be a part of sharing and participating in the legacy of American Humane. So why don't you take this moment to introduce American Humane to what you guys do?
I would love to, and I know it's why Nelva and I get so excited in our board meetings because it is truly exciting and broad, sweeping in terms of the impact on the animals. We actually produce an impact report every single year, and I encourage everyone who's listening to go to our website, AmericanHumane.org, and pull up our impact report. And you can see that the work isn't just one area. You know, a lot of folks say, you rescue animals. I say, yes, we do, but we're also the largest certifier of animal protection, humane treatment of animals around the entire globe, the largest certifying body of animal protection around the world. And that's a proud badge that we wear to be the voice for animals in many different environments. Because we believe wherever an animal is, American Humane, Global Humane, when we're working internationally, should be there too. So I'm very proud of our work. Our rescue work has, first of all, we were founded way back in 1877. So for his history
I
buffs,
can't
that was
believe
the
it.
time. I know. And people say, gosh, you've been there a long time. I'm thinking, oh, come on, guys. I'm not 150 years old. It has aged me, but I'm not 150. I'm feeling that way maybe tomorrow, but not today. But we're founded in 1877, way back in the day when our communities around our great country were coming to terms with the ravages of the Civil War. What is it to be humane? What is it to be kind and compassionate? And how can we have that voice for kids and animals? So our historic organization was founded in those incredibly challenging times for our country, trying to find the meaning of compassion, right? And to be the voice for both kiddos and animals. And so we've continued that legacy work. We created many of the animal welfare and child welfare protections that we take for granted today. Many of those were promulgated by American Humane, back for
Wow.
advocating for playgrounds, getting children's off the factory floors in the Industrial Revolution, ensuring that the bald eagle was protected. I mean, you name it, child protection and animal protection at that time. American Humane was in the forefront. And then fast forward to World War One. It was actually the U.S. Secretary of War who knocked on the door of American Humane's president, Dr. William Stillman, and said, we need you to go overseas and care for the war horses and the donkeys and the mules serving the war effort. And it was
Wow.
actually American Humane volunteers who were overseas before U.S. boys went overseas to serve in World War One. And if you saw the beautiful movie War Horse, that
Yeah.
backdrop of that, it was American Humane organizing an incredible volunteer effort, helping to save the lives, protect, and provide care for 61,000 war horses a month in World War One. So 1915.
Wow.
So we created the American Red Cross for Animals, known as Red Star Rescue, and that's our rescue program that still operates this very day in times of cruelty, natural disasters, other rescue works. We were just on boots on the ground for a horrible cat hoarding case in Tennessee. I want to tell you that those of us who love cats, and I know we have some cat lovers listening, and I love my little kitty. I know you love Hank so much and Romeo. This hoarding case is shocking. And so, but we help to save those kitties and get them into a safe place and the necessary medical care. So that's rescue. I'm going to flash forward to Hollywood. No animals were harmed. It was actually created because in 1939, J.C. James was a movie where a horse was driven off the cliff for the sake of making the movie. That horse died. And it was Henry Fonda who said that can't happen ever again. And that's why we were asked to go to Hollywood in 1939. In 1940, we opened our office and we've been on film sets ever since, really with robust standards today that keep animal actors safe from harm. Our farm animal program is legendary. We represent about 16% of U.S. food production. So if you enjoy a cage-free egg, it's American Humane certified. And of course, our military programs are legendary. We've done, I think, 270 service dogs free of charge for wounded warriors facing PTS and TBI. We brought back over 70 war dogs from 3 years of war, reuniting them with their battle buddies. And of course, I love our conservation program. So that's kind of it in a quick summary of what we do.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's so amazing. I swear. Because again, most humane societies are just doing one thing as far as animal rescue. They're not doing all these other things. So this fascinates me so much that an organization is doing so many positive things in the community for animals, for veterans, for the food we take, we ingest. So it's amazing. Totally amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. And I have even gotten into like our TV shows because we believe so much of this is also to communicate change, right? To help build up the humane values that we all share as animal lovers, not only for our country, but around the world. Our humane programs you see through our Escape from Extinction, our first full-length documentary film, our annual Hero Dog Awards, those are all opportunities for us to share the healing power of the human-animal bond.
Mm-hmm. Definite. Amazing.
When you were going through your bio, I was thinking, or not your bio, but the bio of the company, I was thinking, oh my God, they need a TV show because, number one, everything that you do is amazing. And I know there are enough animal people in this world that would just whatever you're doing would be popular. But I was thinking, there's so many educational opportunities out of what you do, like especially with the hoarding stuff. That's a great, for us as a viewer to go with you as a fly on the wall and see what you see. So that, because I think visuals are a powerful form of medium. And, you hear about hoarding, you hear about abuse, and all this other stuff, but I don't think there's as many people that have seen it. And, they don't have quite that connection. And I was just thinking here, because sometimes my mind goes astray. I am listening, but it's thinking of other things. But I was like, if they had a TV show that connected people to the things that you're battling against, that would bring you so much more support. And would it also help people to also be your ears and eyes on the ground? So they can say, oh, I know Jethro over there is doing that. Or Sheila down the hall is doing that. They'll know to call Robin at American Humane and come get this person. So that's what I was kind of thinking.
And we do, we love to do the media piece is very important part of our work because we do have to share the message. And it also creates a constant drumbeat to ensure that our communities know that there are standards out there on how we have our lives with animals, how we have, I always say, people in the world that we share. People, animals in the world we share. I also always say you can't protect what you don't love, and you can't love what you don't know. So we have
Yeah.
to know animals. We have to see them. We have to interact with them. And once we know them, we love them, we'll automatically work to protect them. But we have a duty to get out the animal stories in the media, in all sorts of channels. Like what you're doing today is brilliant. Every sort of digital channel is extremely powerful in today's times. We have to be out there. We do have the Hero Dog Awards, our 13th annual year, which does celebrate the human animal bond, those amazing stories of heroes on both ends of the leash. We also have a little television show called American Humane in Action that appears on Sunday mornings in about 30 local television markets. That's a really cool little television series. It's in its second season. But we have much more to do to share what is really important, and that's how we treat animals, because that's really how our communities can be defined.
Your TV show, American Humane in Action, what days and times do that show? And I'll create a flyer to share that.
We'll get that to you, and it's in I think 25 to 30 local television markets, and it's also on YouTube. Isn't that fun?
No,
that's fantastic.
That's great.
So,
but be prepared for those episodes, because some of them are pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine. Well, Ms. Ganzert, what made Dr. Bryant become on your radar? Why did you ask Dr. Bryant to be one of your newest board members?
You know, we have loved her incredible career. Nelva, you have an amazing career across multiple platforms that align so nicely to our programs, which is amazing. So we needed her thought leadership tremendously on our governing board. But importantly, too, we love her commitment to changing airline transportation and transportation for all animals, because frankly, that industry is in need of some improvements. And we're looking forward to having Nelva help lead the way to ensuring that all animals are humanely treated when they're being transported, because we think that is the next area where we can make a huge footprint, paw print, fin print, so all animals are safe from harm.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to, because yes, American Humane actually was in the process of, at least I believe at one point, thinking of a certification program for airlines. I know you have a certification program for other avenues, such as, say, pet stores, making sure they're a certification program to ensure they're treated humanely and healthy. But I believe you were extending out into other areas, and I believe the airline industry, as far as the certification there, I think if most folks in the U.S. will be so excited to hear that program, airline industry is American Humane certified, that will make them feel so much more comfortable knowing that there's an organization that has oversight as far as the animals being transported. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you. And we're so glad that that's on our strategic efforts in the years ahead, because I do think it's a great area to revolutionize. And Dr. Bryant, your leadership, I know we can make it happen. We're very excited.
Oh yeah, definitely. So it's very exciting. Trust me, I'm quiet because I'm just blown away. Honestly, to be a part of American Humane, really, honestly, it's really exciting for me. And I'm glad you have respect for my career. I'm actually very happy about that. Trust me, though, it's been a very challenging career at times. I've done multiple things, but as you said, all the different things do align with a lot of the initiatives and programs of American Humane. So again, I'm here, you pull out whatever you take from me, because I'm sure I kind of know a little bit about a lot of the things that you've been doing. So again, I'm very excited about it.
That's wonderful. And we're so thrilled. And I know our chief veterinarian, Dr. Tom Edling, was so proud to know that you were joining the board. So it's wonderful for our work to have you engaged in this very special way, because we know your heart for animals, and plus your incredible thought leadership.
Oh, that's perfect. It's perfect. Well, tell us now, our last meeting, we were talking with someone about dogs and how special dogs are. And it's amazing how they can be trained to do so many different things. Please tell us more about the Hero Awards, different categories, so we can really get that information out.
Wonderful. Well, the Hero Dog Awards is now in its 13th year. So we were so proud. 11 years it was on Hallmark. Last year it was on the Circle network, a CMT network. And this year we have two networks, where two sister networks where it's going to air. It's going to air on A&E network and FYI network over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. We are so excited because hundreds of dogs have been nominated, and now we're looking to secure the semifinalists. America will get to vote and choose the top dogs in each of those categories. Then America will help us vote, and all together, all that'll come up, and we'll come up with the America's top dog for the 13th year straight in a row. These are great dogs. These are all working dogs. So this has been a 13-year effort to educate so many people about the value of working dogs in our lives. A lot of people have never heard of arson dogs before, right? Greta, when I think about your friend, people never knew about arson dogs. They didn't know about military working dogs. They didn't know about law enforcement dogs, service dogs, therapy dogs. So what we've been able to create is this incredible knowledge campaign and awareness of heroes on both ends of the leash. And I have loved these stories every single year. And this year's television special, we tape it on November 10th in Florida, and then it airs nationally on Thanksgiving weekend. So stay tuned for A&E and FYI premieres of the 13th Annual Hero Dog Awards. Have tissues, have lots of popcorn, be ready for some great laughs. It's incredible television. But for all of us who love animals, this is an annual celebration of these extraordinary canines who do amazing things.
So, okay, so for somebody who is not familiar, what is the Hero Dog Awards, and why are people submitting their stories?
People are submitting their stories because they really have something special to say. These dogs have each in their own way been a hero to a human. They've either saved lives of entire battalions on the front lines in the war on terror. Maybe they have saved one individual girl who suffers from, a condition that causes a need for a service dog to alert her. Think about those incredible, I think about some little girls who I've known through the years who had these incredibly debilitating conditions, and it was her service dog that kept her alive and kept her safe before she'd go into seizures. Think about all of the therapy dogs. These therapy dogs are actually in children's hospitals when kids are being treated for cancer. These therapy dogs are actually even in airports now, aren't they, Dr. Bryant? So these therapy dogs do amazing things, and they help us calm and help us heal. So there's a lot of incredible dogs that we celebrate. And again, America nominates their hometown heroes. America's part of the voting process, and then we honor them each and every year. And you can see some of these stories by visiting American Humane's Hero Dog Awards YouTube channel. And you can go see the stories from our very first year in 2011. And you can see those little segments of those winning dogs. Last year's winning hero dog was Ethan. And Ethan, oh my goodness, he was left for practically dead, rescued and brought into Kentucky Humane Society. An amazing man, took a chance and adopted him. He's now so happy, winning so many awards and really sharing so much with people who will listen about how important it is to have animal cruelty laws in place. He's helped change the law in the great state of Kentucky. That's our 22 Hero Dog of the Award, Ethan. So congratulations to Ethan and all of our winners. I think every dog nominated is actually a hero dog, was a hero dog to somebody. Right. And truthfully, even though my dogs spend most of their lives on the sofa, I can tell you they're my hero dogs too.
Right.
Absolutely. So you mentioned military dogs, you mentioned rescue dogs, and you mentioned therapy dogs. Is it just those, or are there other types of dogs that can be nominated?
This year we have 5 categories. So first one is therapy dog, service dog. We also have military working dog, law enforcement dog, which also would include arson and those search and rescue categories. And then, of course, we have what we call the emerging hero dog, and that's usually a shelter dog who's done an amazing thing. So it's a great 5 great categories this year. Nominations are now closed, but stay tuned very soon. for the round for voting, where America gets to read their stories and vote for their favorite nominee. And then we'll debut pretty soon in the summer the top finalist, which is great fun.
That's great. So there's no cats. We can't nominate cats.
I love my cat and he's my hero too, but no cats yet. that might be I think every day is Catter Day in my house, but nevertheless, there's not a cat hero awards yet.
Okay. That'll have to be a new contest.
Right. We think Meow Mix should sponsor that, so we should talk to them soon, right? So we need a cat hero dog, cat awards. But there have been some amazing cat stories in the news, right? Mm-hmm. Really amazing. Cats, as we know, do some extraordinary things.
Oh, yes. Well, that's great.
Visit herodogawards.org or go to American Humane's website, americanhumane.org, and you can click on our Hero Dog Awards link. And visit our YouTube channel, and you go back and reminisce about all those great stories.
That's great. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to also ask you, let's see, I know we were talking about, go back to American Humane, and you spoke about the domestic work, but I know you briefly brought up that you have international initiatives as well. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to go through that.
Thank you so much for asking. And first of all, our international work has expanded greatly over the past decade. We are now fully entrenched in 40 countries on 6 continents around the world. And that includes incredible work in conservation in Africa. We will be making huge announcements later this summer with some new initiatives that we're finalizing right now in Africa. We'll be based with initiatives in Rwanda and South Africa, and most likely 2 or 3 other countries. So more to come out with some serious announcements of our conservation work in Africa. Our work in Hollywood has always been around the world. We're very proud that we're in 20 countries this very day, just on film sets. So think about where Hollywood goes to film, so does American Humane to protect those animal stars. I love, love, love the fact that our farm animal program has farms that are globally humane certified in South America. So think about the ability to bring our farm animal standards to the world. Talk about a way to make a humane hoofprint count. Let me tell you, our American Humane, global humane standards for farms are the way that we can really help alleviate animal suffering around the world. Truly, truly amazing opportunity there. And we do have farms that are continuing to operate under our standards, particularly through Central and South America. So very proud of this work. But of course, we're very deep in Europe, and we have huge announcements coming very soon in China. So stay tuned for more, but the international initiatives are very exciting across our entire program platform.
Wow, that's great. That's and I'm sure that's going to bring on, so many other opportunities, just being able to branch out into these new countries and everything. Now, you mentioned humane certification. So I wanted to ask you if you would be able to explain more about that. What made you create humane certification, and and what all is entailed with that?
Well, our humane certification programs for various industries really started back with our Hollywood program in 1940, when we started to build standards out for animals in film and entertainment. So that's been around a very long time. Our farm animal humane certification standards started in the year 2000, when a group of scientists came together to build our first ever farm animal standards. All of our certification efforts are built on the work of scientific advisors. These are leading experts in those spaces. We also bring aboard an ethicist and our own veterinarians, of course, to work together to create a series of standards. But truly, the Scientific Advisory Committee is the base and the foundation for all of our humane certification programs. So they're all industry-based or animal-specific based, species-based, and those entities, those scientific bodies, really do create the best standards built on science and evidence-based practices. And that's the root of our efforts at American Humane and Global Humane. We must bring meaningful animal welfare science to solve for real solutions to actually save animal lives. It's that simple. So we look to the scientists, we fund science where there is no science in that area. We seek meaningful solutions to save animal lives. So that's how we're able to provide safety and protection measures. And we're looking forward to really expanding that area and transportation in the years to come. Much more to say about that. We just don't, we're not there yet to talk about that publicly.
Okay, not a problem. Because I was just going to get ready to ask you how does that transfer into the airline industry as well as any other transportation. But we look forward to hearing about that in the near future. Let's see here. So, Dr. Bryant, do you have anything that you would like to ask Ms. Ganzert?
Not at the present moment. I can't think of anything. I'm just honored you're here, Robin. I'm excited that we're going to be working together more and more. Like I said, I just really am amazed with American Humane. I think it's a wonderful organization. I think, again, as a title itself, they do so much more than other humane societies, and I'm just happy to be a part of it, and I'm just excited about it. But let's see, particular questions for you? Just like I said, let me know what you need me to do, basically, is all I can say regarding that and everything. But I'm sorry, I don't have any specific questions to ask, aside just saying that.
Absolutely fine. I can just tell you we're grateful for your leadership. We're grateful for the opportunity to participate in your Facebook Live events. And importantly, we just want to remind everybody who loves animals, tune in to the Hero Dog Awards on A&E and FYI networks over the Thanksgiving holiday. Yes. And importantly, vote. Yes. And stay tuned to our social channels. We have great social media on AmericanHumane.org, American Humane on Twitter, Instagram, all of that. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. But we're grateful for the opportunity to share our love for animals. And Dr. Bryant, always proud to know you and to be able to have an opportunity to work with you. And Greta, thanks for being the perfect host.
Yes. Greta's outstanding. Like I said, thank you, Greta, for all the things you do. And thank you for being here too. I'm hoping, like I said, everyone, please go to the Hero Dog Awards, nominate your dog if need be, if they fit into those categories, and let's make this a wonderful event. So I'm really excited. Like I said, Robin, to be honest with you, like I said, I'm excited to attend, and hopefully this time maybe I can get Greta to come with me.
Yes, that would be wonderful. Sounds great. Mark your calendar for November 10th in Palm Beach, Florida.
Definite.
I would love that. Well, I just wanted to clear up real quickly. I know that the submissions are done, and please correct me on that. Can people still submit, or is that finished?
You cannot submit.
For the Hero Dog Awards.
Officially closed for this year, but save your nomination for next year for your hero dog. But stay tuned to vote. We really want to hear what story you think's the best. What is your favorite hero dog? So voting's coming up very soon.
Awesome. All right.
Yes, and I believe the voting starts July 18th.
Yes, it does. Coming
up.
Is
there voting start July 18th? Okay.
Yes, it does.
And Robin, is there a certain window for the voting? Is it cutoff time for voting period, or how does it go with that?
There is. I don't have the final date. I think it's 5 or 6 weeks for the first round, and then we go right into the final. So yes, it comes up pretty quick on us.
So get voting, folks. Basically, get ready to start voting. Basically, awesome.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you again, Robin.
And Robin, I just wanted to share with you. I just wanted to share that if anything that you are going to put out, Dr. Bryant and I would love to share with our audience what's going on with American Humane, as well as the Hero Dog Awards. So any information that you would like disseminated, please share that with us so that we're able to get that over to all of Dr. Bryant's different channels that she has.
we will get that to you. That's for sure. We're grateful for that outreach. Makes a big difference in our ability to work.
All right, awesome.
Yes,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much. So I guess we're cutting it short today. We're cutting it short, short and sweet, and very important information shared again about American Humane. Thanks again, Robin, for being with us. Who knows, as time goes on, maybe we'll have you again and share further things that American Humane is doing to just take care of the animals of this whole world, basically, and also the people that live here too. So keep just taking care of everyone. But let's, I guess we'll cut off for this session, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Are you closing it?